as you all know, I'm Sandra Marks, the owner of Marks & Associates, and I want to take a minute to welcome you all to the third session of BJC 101. This is a very exciting session, and Arthur and I are here kind of to just thank you for coming and welcome you and give you a little update on what we've been doing. But this day belongs to Marvin Johnson. This is a very timely time to start looking at how to manage and be successful on large, complex projects. So I'm really excited that we have, as usual, our students here who have committed themselves to growing their relationship with BJC and growing your capacity. Those of you who are already engaged on campus renewal are going to find that this year you're going to be involved much more with what is called training under contract, working with Kaven Swan, who's the executive for campus renewal, and having monthly or quarterly sessions depending on the complexity of the kind of work that you're doing and what kind of goals we're setting. So we are working very heavily in the background right now, looking at all of you firms. There are about 85 firms now in the capacity building warehouse, and all of you complete a quick fact sheet. You recall that, a one-page quick fact sheet. Well, for many of you, it's time to update that. So if you haven't already, you're going to be getting requests from our office to update your quick fact sheet. In particular, things that we're keeping track of to show your capacity and where you are. So part of what we're working on right now is pulling from the information we have, what did you look like in 2013? And then through individual meetings, some of which will be one-on-one with Kaven Swan, some will be meetings that you may be having with Marvin if you're already engaged in meeting with him. Others will be through the Capable Online system where we request information, in particular about your revenue growth over last year with BJC. And we look at the campus renewal project, but then we look at all of BJC. And the PD&C provides us with information about other projects that they have that you may be involved in. We're also looking at your employee growth. So we're looking at the number of individuals full-time that you had in 2013, what you're projecting in 2014. Then we get into who are the actual individuals that you're trying to train to really work in this healthcare space. So you're going to find that Mike Brown is going to be asking for copies of resumes, if he hasn't already done so, of your key people that you want us to work with here at BJC. And those key people would also need to be enrolled and capable so we can communicate to those key people. You're going to see some questions about interns. BJC will be rolling out an internship program sometime this year. We're going to be asking you, how many interns are you prepared to take in 2014 based on the growth you're expecting from your BJC relationship? The same with apprentices. So there's some metrics that I've developed that I have to keep track of now and report back to BJC. So our relationship now is going to be much more focused on your capacity and growing that capacity. Just so I can see, how many of you, by standing up, have already been engaged or are already working on campus renewal? Stand up for me, please. Wonderful, congratulations. So there are people already working. Yes, let's applaud. And I know it's just the beginning. Believe me, there's a lot to happen. But there are over 35 firms already have received some kind of engagement on the campus renewal project that will increase as we now go into the next phase of some additional work. How many of you are working on other BJC projects on other campuses? Please stand. Wonderful. So also the integration of our communication with PD&C and campus renewal. We share information. Everyone that's in this program that's part of the capacity building warehouse is on a list that is distributed when all RFPs go out, not just for campus renewal, but also for PD&C. So that means that BJC is promoting the firms that are in the warehouse. I often get asked, why should I be in the warehouse? I had a firm ask me just last week, said, I've been doing business with BJC for years, a woman-owned firm. And they said, I've been in existence since 1960-something, before I was born. And they said, you know, why do I now have to fill out a quick fact sheet and go through BJC one-on-one courses and meet with you all? I said, you don't have to do that. But if you want BJC to promote you, and if you want us to focus on growing you, then you would have to do that. So that's the difference. There are several firms that can be working at BJC currently, perhaps, but they're not on BJC's radar, but you are. So I'm excited that you're here, and Arthur's going to say just a little, and then we're going to hand this over to Marvin. And again, you know Marvin Johnson, but certainly for those of you who have not actually gone through one of his more intense sessions, this is going to be your first handle at that. This is literally the construction technical support level that Arthur and I have very little knowledge about. I wish I could stay for the entire thing, but you will certainly see that he has spent a lot of time pulling together years of information that he has, as well as his knowledge about BJC. And there are others that are going to be part of this session to make sure that you are well equipped for this next phase we're about to go into. Okay? Arthur.
Good morning. Where's the excitement? This is a room full of entrepreneurs. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. If you all aren't excited, I am. It was really, as I came in, I got a lot of people coming to me, asking me about the Capable website. How many people, now Sandra had a few people stand up. How many people have been on the Capable website? Stand up so we can blow her out the water.
Oh, good job.
Great.
Wonderful.
For those that haven't, it is very important that you start to tap into the Capable website. If you're having any issues, you can call me at 314-226-5986 so I can show you how to log in. But if you've been going to the site, you've seen that Marvin, Caven, Sandra, and I have been adding a lot of resources to that site, information about different events coming up, information about different opportunities. We've actually had one bank even send some information about lending. So it's a great site to go to. Also, it's about to be more important that you go to it because we're going to start to ask you for different things to update your Capable profile. That is what we're going to be able to share with BJC and also other primes about your capacity, about how you're growing, about some of the things that you're doing. So if we don't have that information in there, it's going to be hard to keep them abreast of all the things that you're doing. So I encourage everybody to go onto the site, log in, and then periodically, I know everybody's probably been getting emails from me about the different things that are added, but periodically go in and check the site and see just different assignments we'll be giving you to update, okay? Now, Marvin has put together this how to be successful in large, complex projects. And this is really going to come into play now because we're about to get into a part of this project where it's going to really become detailed. And so I know Marvin has a wealth of information to share, and I want you all to take full advantage of the day, take full advantage of all the knowledge we have at the podium, as well as in the audience to get your questions answered. As usual, me and Sandra will be available at any time for any questions that we can handle. But again, today I want you to really focus on the presentation that Marvin has put together. And one thing before I go, I have to let you all know, Sandra was born in 1960. So that she was no, she said it. No, she was going to say that in 1960 she was born. She was born in 1960.
Proud of that.
Okay. Probably
Thank
was in
you
high
so
school.
much.
But
And
anyway,
Marvin Johnson was born today.
I couldn't let her get away with that one. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Marvin Johnson, who probably wasn't born in 1960.
No, he was not. Go ahead, Marvin. Thank you all.